Okay, so for the good video, we have feathering props that work. And that is very expensive. Shafts seem true. Multiple struts. There were zincs on her that are still working, so when she came out of the water, she had zincs, so she's not going to be all burnt up. Cutlass bearings are even okay, but we'll change them. She actually looks startlingly good. Her hull zincs are okay. She's got a bunch of them all over the place. We'll want to change them before we go back in. Keel cooler. And the hull, all in all, looks pretty good. There's a couple little things that can probably get touched up, but nothing major. The zincs are all there and welded on proper zincs. They're not even the bullshit ones. She definitely has twins. And for 79 feet, she's big. The plating on the hull looks much better than I expected that it would. It's got multiple layers at the through hull. And it's got multiple layers of protection. Some of it's peeling, but it's not hard to scrape that. And you can see there's a couple old, she either had something welded to her that was cut off, or looks like corrosion actually above the water line, but below the water line she looks really good. She's got a little bit of weeping, but nothing too terrible. And the rigging is heavy stainless. And it looks good. That was one of the things I was worried about. It looks freaking good. We've come around to the other side of the hull and you can see grind mark. There's multiple layers. It looks good. There's no part of the hull that's exposed. The keel is a little small. It's not going to go upwind all that great, but now we're on the other side. I haven't spun this prop yet here. Let's see. But it, oh shit, it works. Yeah. And her zincs over here are good. Keel cooler. Boy, those zincs don't even, that one doesn't even need to be replaced. Decent sized rudder. Wouldn't call it a big rudder, but a decent sized rudder. And it's got a very simple attachment system. I'm going to give it a kick here. Oh yeah, it's solid. Somebody's an idiot, put silicone caulk, so that means that the seal up there has gone bad, but that just needs new packing, or cutting off the old one, welding on a new one and putting new packing in it. A couple through holes. Looks like all of her corrosion issues are above the water line. Some portholes, a little weeping, but she's not weeping that bad. Not that bad. And what I thought might have been a wood mast is actually a steel mast. And so is that one. Now comes the stern. Okay, so we're on deck. And we'll have Vaidy as a size comparison. Vaidy, if you would just walk down all the way to the end. And if you would swing around and come back up the other side, you go into a shadow on this side, so we'll... Oh, but as I was saying, these rigging fittings are expensive. But somebody spent serious money on this stick. Serious money. These poles. Whitey, if you would walk down the other side so that... Nobody walking down the other side. Hey, Magic Whitey. I need you to walk the whole way around the boat so that we can show the size, because you were in a shadow on the other side.
You ready? Which way to go?
Walk.
Here?
And if you'd walk all the way out to the bow. Thank you. Anything you'd like to do at this point sounds like fun. So this is the aft deck. Mainsail is probably not savable. Might be, but I'd count on it not being. But there's tracks on both masts. So, oh, and they changed the door. They got rid of the plywood thing and put on some bolted steel and aluminum. Alright, now comes the nightmare. The inside requires love. Well, there's some sails. One might find others. Wheel. But we have spare wheels. And just she has a great deal of goofy, fluffy insulation. She is very industrial. Oh, plenty of big parts. And some very expensive ones. Oh, this mast is aluminum. So, this is the main salon. You can see there was a rock band in here. A rock band lost this boat. But there's steel flooring, and then these are inline 6 Detroits. They're not 8V71s, they're inline 6s. Pretty big inline 6s. One of the generators is there. The other inline 6 is here. I'm going to step down. That looks like one of the other. I don't know what the hell that is. Oh no, it's one of the other generators. So this plate where I'm standing has been cut out and would get a big wooden thing over the top of it. That's fill for a tank, fill for a tank. There's all kinds of cool gear down there. Another generator. Raycors. That's definitely a way into one of the tanks, one of the saddle tanks. Our tanks look pretty good. They don't look messed up at all. And they look big. And that's a shot back up into, if you want to call it, the wheelhouse. And then we're turning around to go forward through a watertight bulkhead, which makes her safe to go offshore. And there's more rock band stuff. Some crumpled sails that might be enough to move us around. But the hull looks really well. Actually, that's hull, that's insulation. But that's hull, and the hull looks good. And just some boards up here to separate the space. That's definitely steel, so she's got a steel foremast and an aluminum main mast. Somebody was pissed off to lose all of their musical crap, but I'll have to find someone who loves it. Oh, there's more sails. Somebody who loves it, or a big old dumpster. Actually, the whole hull looks insulated, and none of it's weeping, so that is good. And then the forecastle, well, there's more sails up here. That is raw steel. And if it's gonna be bad, it'll be bad up here. It looks freaking good. There's a lot of trash. There's probably 3 days worth of dumpster throwing off of this boat. But the hull looks good. Very good. And then they have these big old bunks. You can see the piece of wood there marking the end of it. I'm kind of in a tight spot, so it's hard to show it, but that's one big old bunk. Back through the main salon. No Steadicam and not even an attempt. This would be the day watch bed. So when somebody is not really needed but on call, they throw away all this booze. And that is a bunk. And it leads right up and out. There's more anchors. There's anchors all over the place. Pieces and parts, and all the goofy stuff is already roughed in. So she could be made functional pretty easy. And here's 2 more bunks. So you have the one forward. This one makes 3. That one's a double, but we'll count it as 1. So this one makes 3, 4, 5. So then you come out of this one, and you have more bunks. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then you back up over here, 14, 15. And this they have set up as a head. And they paid the money for the marine plywood already, so we just need to close everything off at this point. You can see from the glue that it's real marine plywood. That's steering gear. It's pull wire steering. But you have 2 more. I lost count, but there's 2 more. Here's some storage, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more bunks. And this spot ventilates all right. There's an opening there. Most of these port lights don't open, but this one does, and this one does. Well, these are probably their legal papers for get the heck off of my boat. No, there's some kind of poetry. Oh, song, somebody's writing a song. So, oh, and I checked the oil, and it's good. Little dirty, but no water. Head, kind of a strange place for it. But so you have 2 more opening portholes over here. A lot of crap in this boat. Some of it's really good crap. A lot of it's just crap. But it looks like a single sideband. So, on the way back out, they had a cat. On the way back out, here's more. It's a functional stove. Can be made into a better setup, but it's actually a nice boat stove. Like a bona fide stainless boat stove. Very minimal wiring, but I would probably follow the old man's instructions. And, wow, jog stick. Tugboat driver had this boat for a while. So, there's room for